All right, we are going to get started here. Let's say welcome to everybody. If I can get your attention. Certainly, no introductions are needed when we get along this well. It's like we're part of the Huntington family. So definitely thank you for all of you taking the time out of your day to come here and to celebrate with us what we are going to be doing together with you here in Huntington. I would say, and I promised this person I checked with him first, everybody, I appreciate you, but somebody that has really helped me personally here in Huntington with our relationship, really trying to expand those, is Terry Miller. He's part of your county council. And just a special shout out to him because over the years, making sure we know what the community needs and meeting those needs is important to us. But anytime there's a challenge, there's not always someone who's willing to raise their hand and say, I'll help you with that. And so definitely tip of the hat to you, Terry, for helping us with that over the years. We hope never to need you for that, but it's always great to have a friend regardless. Bowen Health has been proud to call Huntington County a partner since 1966. You may know it, not know it, but Huntington's first board members were Judge Ray Adday, Dr. D.R. Gill, and McCabe Day. Now, I don't expect any of you here to certainly know them, but these first board members wanted something better for Huntington residents with serious mental illness. See, prior to 1966 and their partnership with Bowen, if you had a serious mental illness, the only option for you was to be sent to the state psychiatric facilities and spend the rest of your life there. 60 plus years, we have saved tens of thousands of individuals and seen them here in the community rather than sending them to a place that we'd all agree is not best for people of any type. Since the year 2000, not one Huntington resident has spent time in the state psychiatric hospital system. This also has had an economic impact. The average daily rate for a person in the state hospital system is $2,033 per day. So over the years, Bowen and Huntington's partnership has saved the state and taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. But see, that's the past, and today we're here to talk about the future. Bowen's partnership with Huntington continues to evolve, and today's groundbreaking is part of the evolution. Research shows that complications stemming from serious mental illness and addictions steals 25 years from the life of a person who's suffering from that illness. Matt Ditzler, our current board chair and president and CEO of Huntington Community Foundation, Dr. Dwayne Hogendobler, another one of our board members, or one of our local pediatricians, and Dr. Tanner Bad, Huntington University professor and administrator, challenged us to do something about these lost years of life. And we know what the answer is. It's integrative care. We knew we could return years to people's lives if we had a healing space designed around integrative care. The purpose of this new building is to be conveniently located, be the place patients and staff can be proud of, and design it around maximizing integrative health. These changes are not just for those struggling with mental illness. Much like the problem we solved with the state hospital, these efforts also save the state and taxpayers money. Many of our patients have state-funded insurance or no ability to pay. By intervening and delaying or even eliminating chronic diseases, we're saving the state and taxpayers, again, tens of millions of dollars in diabetes care, coronary heart disease, and other comorbid chronic diseases. All the while, we're turning many of our patients to the workforce and off of state health care. Can you tell we're passionate about Bowen and Huntington's partnership? See, this is a campus of hope. The walking trails, the activity stations, this building specifically designed to provide integrative care is what Huntington residents of the future will marvel at. And they'll ask the same thing of our three board members. They'll say, Matt, Tanner, Dwayne, what did you do? And they'll point to this day and this building as a turning point with further relationships with Huntington. Thank you very much for joining us. Up next is Jay Baumgartner, our Chief Financial Officer, and he's going to talk more about the impact to Huntington County. Thanks.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We appreciate everyone coming out on this very warm, especially out here in sun, day. So my name's Jay Baumgartner. I am the Chief Financial Officer here at Bowen Health, and I have been with Bowen now for just under 34 years. So I pretty much have dedicated my life to Bowen and the patient that we have served. I've seen a lot of change at Bowen over the years. We've seen a lot of growth. Gone from about 100 employees, probably only about 10 in Huntington, to well over 1,000 employees today, 100 or so employees right here in Huntington County. A lot of patient changes. We were serving maybe about 5,000 patients a year throughout all our areas, to over 35,000 patients a year that we're serving each and every year. Just a remarkable number when you start to look at the numbers. As a consumer of healthcare, everybody will love to see services available in their hometown. Nobody loves to jump on Highway 24 here, drive the 30 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour to Fort Wayne to get the care that you need. Unfortunately, for lower income, those are on Medicaid, transportation a lot of times is an issue, and that care goes untreated. With Bowen, we're providing that care right here in your community, right here, and we've been doing it since 1966. Dr. Rob mentioned one of the board member, founding board member, Mr. McCabe Day. He petitioned Bowen back in 1966 that Huntington needed to be under Bowen's umbrella, because at that point in time, their care was in Fort Wayne, not within the city limits here. And so ever since that day, we have been here, and we're needed to be here. Mental health continues to be a crisis in America. 60 million adults, 23% of the population, have some sort of mental illness each and every year. 45 million, 17% of the population, have some sort of addiction issue, and 3.4 million youth consider suicide every year. Those numbers are staggering. On the physical health side, obesity, tobacco is still way too high in Indiana. And then when we look at dental care, especially for the lower income, Medicaid, the ability to find a provider that will treat them is next to impossible. With this building, we are committed to doing each and all of those things here in Huntington. It's an investment of $11 million. But it's not an investment in the building. It's an investment in our patients, in the community, and to help those live better lives. And that is why we are here doing what we are doing. With that, I'm going to turn it over to your mayor of Huntington, Mayor Strick.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Rob. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure and honor to be here with you today at this groundbreaking. And while being an elected official isn't yet diagnosable by the DSM, we recognize that this investment, this partnership, is really critical in the next steps in our community. As we continue to build confidence in admitting, I need help. Life's a little overwhelming right now. And as we work together to continue to diminish the stigma around getting the help that people need and making it more accessible and supporting one another in that, we know that ultimately, especially for those of us who might find a personal faith in things, that this is one way that we bear one another's burdens. And ultimately, that's what it means to be a city. That's what it means to be a neighborhood and a community. And on behalf of the city staff, we're delighted to see this expansion occur. We're delighted to see this investment, these new opportunities that come with it. I especially want to acknowledge the work of Director Kuttress and Director Keplinger in assisting the Bowen Health team as they looked at their site plan and thought of smart ways to do this construction so it can be done as quickly, efficiently, and effectively as possible, so we can get on to the business of not the buildings, but the people. And so again, on behalf of the entire city of Huntington and the Huntington community throughout the county, thank you again for your continued partnership here. Bowen Health, welcome to this new neighborhood. We look forward to building alongside of you.
Hi, Matt Ditzler, Executive Director of the Community Foundation here in Huntington County, and as Rob mentioned, current Chair of the Bowen Health Board of Directors. On behalf of the board, I just want to share how happy we are to be making this investment in Huntington. As is kind of shared, this new facility is just going to be more than a building. It's a promise that people in Huntington County will have access to care close to home, centered around dignity, and focused on the whole person, mind, and body. Over the 5 years that I've been on the board, I personally witnessed the hard work, care, wisdom, of the Bowen team over the years. And I want to thank every team member who's made this day possible. Looking towards the future, I can confidently say our best work is ahead of us. Thank you to everyone here for their past, present, and future contributions to the health of this community. I'm going to pass it off to Lori.
Hi, my name is Lori Augustus, and I am the Executive Director of the Southeast Region for Bowen Health. And we are excited and thrilled to be here with you. Thank you for taking the time out today. Like Jay said, it's hot. So thank you for taking the time out today to come and to join us. Many of you present today hold this community near to your heart. Whether it's where you were born and raised or where you simply call home now, we are committed to walking alongside you to provide the best quality of care. This new building affords us the opportunity to serve more people and to expand our services. It will allow us to increase the number of licensed therapists to provide greater access. We also have primary care that we will continue and expand upon. We'll have another choice for people in the community as far as pharmacy with Genoa. And then also dentistry. We're working alongside more partners and continuing to find innovative ways to work with them to grow this community, to make it healthier and stronger. We know that having quality health care accessible to everyone, regardless of ability to pay, is what's best for Huntington County. Bowen Health has been providing that care for more than 60 years in northern Indiana. And in that time, they too have looked at innovative ways to reach out to the people in the communities, to partner and to grow. We've had that opportunity with strong partnerships here in the community already. Huntington Police Department, we were able to help fund and reestablish the K-9 unit. So now in the school systems with the school resource officer, you'll find Watson, who's their new pup. They're going to be going through some extensive training and will be in the schools, keeping the schools safer, looking for narcotic detection as well as eventually firearms, and also to help those students who may be in crisis. We also are in the school systems with our skills coaches and work alongside them in the classroom to provide that care. And then as well, we provide the school corporation here in Huntington, the Student Assistance Program. We have so many other partnerships. The team has been working really hard to reach out and to build things to step outside of what the footprint has always been, to find, again, innovative ways to meet the needs. We have done so. We are harvesting a crop right now. We started a small community garden at the back of our building. And we've had the opportunity to provide our team there locally and also community members just nutrition, free fresh produce, along that with education to just support a healthier mind and body. We were walking in the garden the other day and looking at it. I told my team earlier, I'm going to try not to tear up on this, but we were walking in the garden the other day and this little boy comes running up. And he was so excited, and he was out with his therapist. They were just walking through the garden, watering and having conversation. And he said, "I love your garden." And we bent down and started talking to him, and he had a couple zucchini and cucumber that he had picked, and he said, I love cucumber, and they're my favorite." And I said, "They're my favorite too." And he kind of looked, and he had two in his hand, and I said, "You can have as many as you want." And then he looked at the zucchini, and he said, "My mom's going to spend time with me. We're going to make zucchini chips." And so he was so excited about just having the opportunity to spend time with his mom in a different manner. He smiled, and we thanked him and told him to have a great time with his mom and to come back anytime in the garden. And he started to run back to his therapist, and he stopped quickly, and he turned with this big smile, and he said, "You have a lot of caterpillars on your cabbage." And I said, "Caterpillars, we do?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll show you." He said, "But don't worry, I got them all back on the cabbages." And I said, "Okay." And so we bent down, and he slowly moved the leaves, and there were all the green worms that have been eating our plants. And so I smiled, and I thanked him, and he goes, "I saved them." Yes, you did. Whether we're fighting little green worms in the garden or food insecurities by walking alongside the meal ministry here, and there are so many things that we have goals, and that we want to meet, and there's so much more to do, and we're ready for this. This building is going to equip us to do much, much more. And so thank you for taking the time today to come, to walk alongside us, to support us, encourage us, because we are committed to creating a healthier Huntington County. Thank you. Eddie?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate allowing me the opportunity to be here today. It is an honor for me to be with you all this afternoon and to be able to celebrate this groundbreaking here in the Lime City, something that I learned about Huntington. So I did my research, just so you know. So with every building that we develop, we keep in mind the needs of the communities and how these buildings can serve the one and only purpose, which is we're here to heal people, to make sure that they go into this new journey and have the services that they need to have a long life, long successful life. I'm really excited for this project to get going, and hopefully in 16 months from now, this community can be proud of what they have here. I know I am. I'm very proud of all of these projects that we do, because with every building we do something different that helps people, that helps our staff, so that they can provide the services for our patients. I want to for sure thank our architectural partners, NKM. I want to also give a good shout out to our contractor, WJ Harris, for everything that they do with every single one of our buildings. And then, of course, last but not least, I want to thank our Bowen Health Facilities and Construction team, Rich Hoffman, our Director of Facilities, Stacy Hatfield, our Facilities Project Coordinator, and then our regional team and administrative team that work behind the scenes to make sure that everything gets done and gets done properly, and it stays on time and on track and on budget, according to my boss sitting over there somewhere. So again, thank you all for this time, for this opportunity. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Bob Tanner so he can talk to you guys. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tanner Babb. I teach psychology over at Huntington University, and I have a long history with Bowen. So I started as my first job out of college back in 2004 with Bowen as a case manager. And I think it really opened my eyes to what, at the time, mental health services were in the community. I have to admit, I was pretty naive about what people struggled with in Huntington, even family, neighbors, friends. And over the course of my time being a case manager, then being a therapist, and eventually being a board member, it really opened my eyes to what people struggled with. And I became much more aware, not just of the mental health struggles, but also the physical struggles and the dental struggles. Talking to clients who would have to wait almost a year to get in for a dental appointment somewhere because they had Medicaid, and there were so few providers who felt they could afford to provide for Medicaid clients in dental work. And so this has been a dream of mine for a very long time. And when I first heard about integrative care, I mean, my first question was, oh, well, what is that? And somebody explained it as, well, a person can come to one office and get pretty much all of their needs met. Like, that just makes so much sense. And then over my time as a board member, really working to help other people kind of work towards that goal, and now to see that goal kind of coming to a culminating point here in Huntington, where somebody can walk in and go to a dental appointment, see their psychiatrist, have their kids see their counselor, without having to have multiple appointments throughout the week at different places, driving all over the place. It's going to be efficient for our clients, affordable for our clients, and it's just going to make Huntington a better place. So I'm so thankful for all of the work that has gone into this, all the people both in Huntington and across the board who have worked on this. So thank you, and I'm going to pass it on to Shannon.
I'm Shannon Hannon, Chief Operating Officer here at Bowen Health, and I just want to say again, thank you for joining us today. It means so much to see so many of you, partners, supporters, and community members, gathered to celebrate this important milestone. This groundbreaking marks the beginning of a new chapter for Bowen Health here in Huntington, one that reflects years of thoughtful planning, saving, and dedication to our mission of transforming lives. We've been working towards this moment with so many of you for quite some time, carefully building the resources and vision needed to bring this facility to life. The new space will allow us to expand our already established mental and physical health services and allow us to begin offering dental care right here in Huntington County. This allows for even more comprehensive, accessible care in the community where it's needed most. One thing to keep in mind, these services are not just for those patients we're already serving. They're here for everyone in this community. Our doors are open to all. This beautiful building will be a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with a shared purpose and a deep commitment to the health and well-being of a whole community. At this time, I'd like to invite the speakers to come back up and join me by grabbing a shovel so we can officially break ground on this new building.